Right, day 4. What do we do when someone is asleep? Dun dun dun. I imagine that quite a few of those of you watching have been in this circumstance. Certainly, we come across it a fair bit. And the starting point for this has to be a consideration that you give about why that person is sleepy, why that person is sleeping. Are they somebody who is habitually sleepy every time you see them? They're just a sort of a quiet, contained, relaxed, not very exuberant character that spends a fair amount of time dozing. That's one sort of person. But if they're not, it might mean that they are unusually stressed or ill, and they need to be asleep to regather their energy, recoup their energy, and it's best not to try and engage with them too vigorously. I think at that point, surely it's only respectful if someone isn't well to let them sleep. For those people who are habitually snoozy, I think it's fine, absolutely fine, to encourage them to engage. I like to use the term nudge towards wakefulness, respectfully nudge towards wakefulness. And intensive interaction is a fantastic way of doing that, isn't it? Because it's all based on respect and valuing what someone's already doing. So, your person is in their chair snoozing. How on earth do you get in there with someone like that? They're not doing anything. Well, they are doing something, aren't they? They're breathing. The starting place has to be breathe with them at a distance which your person accepts happily. Oh, my clothes have fallen out. Match your breathing pace to theirs. So feel how their breath makes you feel. You know, they might breathe quite quickly, in which case that will feel different. For most of us, breathe reasonably slowly, I think. Match that. Once you've got a handle on that, exaggerate either an in-breath or an out-breath with a sound. And you can see from my face, I'm looking at myself in the thing, something happens with your face. So when you do that automatically, so if you do get a little moment of, what's going on, because maybe they can hear what's going on, and they open their eyes and they can see, they can see that you're responding to their breath. If your person is happy with touch, you can do a physical response to their breath. So every time an out breath, for instance, a firm and gentle rub on their shoulder. And you can extend that to sweeping down from the shoulder to the wrist, or feet, if their feet aren't painful in any way. That's a nice thing to do as well. If you have somebody who is okay with sort of a head rub, that's quite a nice thing. And if you do that, just put your hands there like that and rub around your ears. There's a lot of sound you get from moving your hair and rubbing your hands on your face around your ears. So there's a sound to that as well. So if they're breathing right around their ear, maybe around their jaw, it's a sort of nice, relaxing, not tickly. Don't make it tickly. Not horrible, obviously, but like quite nice, firm and smooth, and make the action gentle and smooth, and see what happens. If they do open their eyes and engage, then that's fantastic. It might lead on to something else. They might work out that they can control what you're doing by breathing in a different way. Or you might have their attention in a completely different way, and you move on and they become vocal, for instance, and use their voice, and you enter into the thing we talked about yesterday, how to use someone's vocalizations to engage with them. You might find that none of that happens. You might find they stay soundly asleep. So I guess you might say, well, what was the point of that? Well, you tell me. What's the point of spending half an hour with someone when they're asleep, reassuring them, making sure they know that they're not on their own, and hopefully giving them the impression that what they're doing is still important? You tell me other things that are meaningful to someone who might be asleep, why it's important to do it if you can. Okay, comments?